And I guess we are live. Hello, everyone. Very happy to have you today for our last NMP new members presentation of the year 2022. I hope you are doing well. We are very happy to present today the new members of the BGA who recently joined the BGA last month, this month. And yeah, it's going to be a very cool 1 hour session when our members will be able to present themselves, present the team, present the topic as well, the services and the game for some of them. So without any further ado, I will ask friends, welcome first, and the stage is yours. So happy to have you here, and yeah, you can share your screen for sure.
Thank you guys for having me. Very happy to be part of BGA finally. Let me share my screen. Should be like this.
Yeah, perfect.
We good? Okay, great. Yeah, we're very excited to be here. Very excited to be finally part of BGA. We are Revenant, decentralized gaming ecosystem, the first decentralized gaming ecosystem in Metis, actually. And aside from the main topic of today, which is Battle of Olympus, we as well are working on a launchpad and on a gaming marketplace. But as I said, today we are going to actually give a presentation, a bit of alpha of Battle of Olympus, which is our arcade fighting game. So with no further ado, by the way, this is a 30 minutes presentation, normally condensed into 10, so it's going to be a bit of a speed run. So let's start with the story behind Battle of Olympus. So what is Battle of Olympus? Battle of Olympus is fighting style, arcade fighting style, inspiring to Tekken or Street Fighter game, which is focused on Olympus, which is this cyberpunk city in the future. And the different gods of the Olympus, so Zeus, Athena, Artemis, and all these type of Greek gods are fighting to take control of it. So in the background, you can see a bit of the gameplay of, well, one of the a bit older right now versions of the game. And you can actually currently play the demo, even if it's not the final demo, in our website in battleofolympus.gg. So let's talk about a bit about PvE. For us, PvE is very important, and we want players to not only play sporadically, but we want to be players to be engaged on the game, because one of the most important things for us is the gameplay. So this is something that we'll be talking a bit in another slides, but for us, crypto is something that should be added into the game to enhance the gameplay of the game, not being a core part of it. So currently the PvE in Battle of Olympus is going to be that you have this massive city divided in sections, and in these sections you can do different missions. These missions, aside from the PvP as well, it will earn points for you and for your team. So there will be two teams which will fight for control of the city, which is going to be seasonal. So let's say every month or every 2 months, still to be decided the seasons. The team with the highest scores will win, and they will get different rewards. So aside these missions, we don't want the players to play every time the same mission. So this type of missions will be roguelike. So this means that they will be randomly generated every time that you play. So the gear and the NFTs, right? Like generally, crypto game equal to NFT. For us, also that's true. However, it's very important for us that Web2 users play the game and they, and they get more, and they get easier access into the game. So one way of doing this is by not just pushing down their throat MetaMask, CryptoLingo, you need the NFT to start playing. So you will get armors and artifacts that will increase your stats in the game. However, this type of items will not be NFT by default, but there will be an option to mint them if you wish to do so. So, coming back to what I was discussing before, the play to earn, about the current state of the gameplay is the play to earn problem for us, which is until now the games has been like click, wait 6 hours, there's almost no gameplay, come back and get tokens out of thin air. So this creates basically Ponzinomics. So what happens is in the end of the month, the liquidity is drained, and there is generally no gameplay, and as we have seen in the past, there is no longevity. So for us, the solution is what I'm sure a lot of the members of this presentation, all the past presentation, think of is that the game should be gameplay focused. So for us, is what we discussed in the beginning. Like the gameplay is the most important part, and crypto is something that is added into the gameplay just to enhance it. So everybody's asking, well, how do you make money then? So you make money in 3 ways: either by you being very good, so winning in PvP, winning in PvE, and be able to kill the final bosses faster, which they will give you gear. By being lucky, so again, you kill the monster and you get that 0.001 chance of getting that super cool armor, and again, seasonals and tournaments. And then these type of gears, you can mint them, and once you mint them, you can sell them in the marketplace. So this means that it's not that you click and wait and then you get money out of thin air, but you actually need to put time and effort into the game. So this means that the game needs to be fun. So why a lot of the question for VCs is like, why like who are you guys to make this game fun? And in the past month, our team grew a lot, and we really tried to recruit the best of the best. And I mean, for the sake of this presentation, I'm not gonna go for on each one, but let's say that we got team members that work in really big companies like G2A, GameWin, and Ubisoft, and well, you guys can see that. So the roadmap for Battle of Olympus is gonna be basically in 2022 and 2023. Is first of all, we're gonna be focusing on the gameplay. Again, this is imperative for us. And then, in the next year, we are looking to release the demo, also to release it in ideally in mobile later on down the line. And well, before we were looking at Steam Early Access, but now we are looking at the Epic Store. So okay, yeah, I speed run it successfully. So yeah, that's the presentation for Battle of Olympus. Thanks, guys.
Perfect. Thank you very much, friends. I know that it's not a very easy exercise, but it's going to be very exciting to have you next year during our demo day to see the games. I played the game available on your website to see the kind of thing you could expect for next year as well. It was very fun to play it. So it will be very interesting as well to understand the implementation of crypto when you will be at that stage for next year as well. But very happy to have you in the BGA, and very exciting to see the game developed by you. Thanks a lot, friends.
Yeah. Thank you very much, guys.
Okay.
You're muted, Flav.
Yeah, you're muted. Yeah.
True. Thank you, Kenny. Yes. I was saying, sorry, that the next one to be on stage will be Maximilian from Nomics. We had the pleasure to have you last week, like Kenny, actually, for a demo day. So for now, having the opportunity to do a presentation of the company and the service. So Maximilian, whenever you're ready.
Yes, thank you. I'm going to share my screen about now, and I'm ready. So, hey guys, I'm going to present Nomics, which is a tokenomics auditing firm and risk management about Web3 projects. And my name is Maximilian Dreyer. I began my career in blockchain as a blockchain strategist and architect, including participating in DeFi, GameFi, DAO projects, as well metaverse and content creator economy. And I've done also a bit of event organization. And by contributing to a lot of different projects in a lot of different teams allowed by the blockchain technology, I took the chance, the opportunity of joining Nomics as a token engineer, as the tokenomics are in almost every Web3 project present, and it's the central point of the Web3 projects. I've done also a master in applied mathematics, so I'm joining the team as a token engineer, contributing in the conception and modeling parts of tokenomics, and that's what I'm about to talk about. And on the first chapter of conceptualizing tokenomics projects, we always begin by um, taking the vision and the idea of the project that the founder have on their Web3 game. And on top of that, they want usually to add the Web3 philosophy to their entertaining gameplay. So that's, for example, decentralization, interoperability, and redistribute the value created by users to themselves. And with this, we come up with a plan, the tokenomic plans, where we design all the game design rules. We add the play to earn features, so with the rewarding contests and quests. We also add the land economy if needed, and we see if the projects wants to implement a DAO. And we also take a close look up to a stacking mechanism to create a positive network effect. And also we implement a primary and secondary markets to enable the secondary markets and on the blockchain, allowing users to come and sell and buy their assets of several games in one place. And on the tokenomics can be seen at first as the macro view with economics flowcharts. So that's where we identify agents and where we introduce all the assets and the currencies in the ecosystems, because it's possible to implement a system with one token or implement a double token economy or even a triple token economy. So you have hard and soft currencies that can have several purposes. And also that's where we define all the economic design rules to have control and have levers of control on your economy. And we also take into consideration the Markov chain process, because it's in the game how you will control the behavior and define the behavior of your different agents in your games. And that's why tokenomics is the very skeleton of your project. And that's the element that is tailored to reach the objectives of the founder of the Web3 game. And in the Web3 ecosystem, there is a new challenge, because with blockchain technology and implementing hard currency, you create a new value exit point that wasn't here before with traditional game, because now people can extract value from your ecosystem uh, toward another hard currency, for example, Bitcoin or stable coins that are not existing in your ecosystem. So that's why now in your games, you will always have a new agent that you need to take into consideration, which is the investor. Itself subdivides into two categories: the holder, which is going to hold your liquidity and create some scarcity in your ecosystem. So if this agent is too much has too much impact, is going to stiff your growth, and the corsair is the one going to bring liquidity into your system in buying assets and making it available in the game. And that's why with this new agent, we have a new goal now. It's to take into consideration the investors within your ecosystem. And that's why at Nomics, we are designing rules so that we create a new virtuous cycle between investors and players. Because if you let the investors free, it's going to extract value at the expense of players. But what you want to do is to redistribute value to your players, and not only just people coming and staking on your platform and just exiting after that. So that's why we design rules, so that's an economic system, so that the players are rewarded with their skills, and the players support the interest of investors, and the investors support the interest of players by bringing liquidity, and the investor is rewarded through the growth of your game, and not only at not only at the activity of players and extracting too much value from them. And now on the modeling and stress testing part, we model all the token metrics that everyone has heard about. And that's where we quantify all the designs we conceptualized before, and where we calibrate our parameters that we introduced before. And that's also where we control the inflation, so that we make sure the growth of the project is going to be optimal. Because if you have too much inflation, then your currency of your game is going to decrease in value. But if you have too low inflation, then the growth of your protocol is going to be stiffed, and the growth of your protocol is not going to be optimal, and it's not going to reach your objectives. And so that's the part where we model and quantify the ecosystem, so that we reach the business plan and the objectives of the founder team. And that's also the part where we create output predictions by using the agent-based modeling. So that's where we simulate under different external conditions the behavior of each agent, so that we see how the economy is reacting to different conditions. So on one point is that's where we know what's the vulnerable points in the economy during time. So is it going to survive through the time, and where it's going to break, and where we want to quantify the impacts of each event. And also we want to see if under a certain type of conditions, one of your agents is going to be corrupted by the conditions that is existing. And so that this agent is going to misbehave and starting to extract value from your ecosystem. And as well, we want to quantify the impact. And that's why we conceptualize and implement levers in the economy with, for example, adjustable parameters, with also self-regulated economic mechanisms and control levers, so that we can always bring back the economy to a safe range of optimal growth for the game. And that's how we come with an output of modelization and simulations, where we give you reports where you can see the metrics within which your economy is going to be in safe level and optimal level, and where and when to have an influence and to take step into the economy to bring it back to optimum levels. Thank you very much. That was it for me. And if you have any question, you can hit me up about it.
Thanks a lot, Max. Again, was really cool to learn more about it. For sure, it's a very, very interesting topic that we already kind of tackled this year with other members, but it will be very useful to have you doing other panels and workshop for next year to understand better and to help the other members and games about this important matter. Stress testing, modelize a game economy based on your input and output. It's very interesting to evaluate. So very happy to have you as a member for sure.
That's for sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Max. I would like to ask Philemon to present if you're ready.
I'm ready. I will share my screen right now. So I hope everyone can see it. Yes.
Yeah, we can see it.
Perfect. Then I start. We are the Crypto Space Fleet. We are the first German venture capital club based on NFT. At first, I will the CEO Roman or CryptoBeard on TikTok. He has the largest German TikTok about crypto. So then we have Ludwig. He is our head of design. Alex, our chief programmer. Sono, our blockchain programmer. That's me. I'm the head of marketing and PR. And Yasin, he's our content creator. This is the core team. Our community helps us wherever they can. So we have a big team. These are the key facts about the crypto space. 400 we raised 1 million in our first round. It was in the beginning of the year. So we sold our NFTs as an entry card to our venture capital club. We have over 60,000 community members in our Telegram groups, Discords, or as followers on TikTok or other social medias. We have over 25 partners in the game area or in the venture capital area all around the world. And we have 2 hackathon awards, where I will get to in the next slide. In the next slide, we have our project, the hacker trading bot. It's named Tracy. We won 2 awards with it, and we are still making it better so our community can really have profit with it. We are currently writing on an NFT bound book. So if you buy this NFT, you get 2 NFT. If you buy this book, you get 2 NFTs inside. One of them is our Astro Buddy. This is our NFT collection. Every convention some of our team is going to, we have a new Astro Buddy, and we will give it there for free so the people can get in touch with the NFT world. Currently, we are doing the marketing for Inuko. Inuko is a crowd company, so a coin where everyone in the community can participate and can be part of the company. And with the marketing, we brought Inuko in just 2 weeks to a 6 million market cap. Crypto for Humanity is another project. We have a website where we publish the news where crypto is doing something good or where anybody is doing, with the help of crypto, something for the humanity. And in this year, we did the Cardano Summit. We worked together with the head of marketing of Cardano to make the Cardano community in Germany come together, and we had a great time. So this is a short overview, and if you want to get in touch with me, or if you want to build something together in the future, this is my mail, this is Telegram, and these are our websites. This is the website for our venture capital club, and here you can see our current and past done projects. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Philemon, for the presentation. Was quick but effective for sure. Happy to have you as well. And next one will be Jacek. Actually, it was pretty cool to be at yours. Your actually presentation last week, AMA, with your own community, with our chairs. Really enjoy my time there. And now it's your turn. So happy to have you today.
Okay, so this one came quicker than I expected. I'm hoping that you can see my screen, but it's good. It's because the stage fright will be a little smaller. Okay, thank you very much. My name is Jacek, and I represent AdShares. We are a very innovative project and kind of complementary to what you are doing at the Blockchain Game Alliance. But I would say that we are very, very excited and very, very honored to be a member of this alliance. Why? Because actually we think that we are a match made in heaven, because what is very visible in the gaming industry is, like, even like you said, just before, the monetization models and the ways for game makers, game creators, to get more revenue streams. And the BGA connects the blockchain community with the gaming industry and game developers. But where we come in, where AdShares comes in as a protocol, is connecting the advertising industry with the consumers, players, the users of the games, using blockchain technology to deliver advertising. And what it does, it enables all game creators to actually very easy integrate an advertising model into their game. But AdShares is much more than just an ad network, because there are already many ad networks or even programmatic systems which enable advertisers to reach games or blockchain worlds. But in fact, what we've developed is a full stack, I call it. It's a full three-layer solution where we have our own AdShares blockchain. It works as a solution, a single-minded solution created only for the purpose of advertising settlements. So as people who presented before me, not predecessors, said, it's very important to have your own technology which enables monetization of game spaces, and it's dedicated only for the advertising industry. On the blockchain, there is a protocol which helps advertisers seek advertising placements and connects them directly to the best serving publishers. So it's based on first-party data. Publishers like game developers, like metaverse makers, even website creators can just very easy access the protocol and start monetizing their spaces. And on the top layer, there are ad servers. Ad server is essentially a piece of software, an interface where an advertiser uploads the creative, uploads some advertising budget, and selects placements for their ads to be served. And what it brings to the community, this is a screen I just got from a website, but it's a potential how it could look in, for example, GTA 5. But game creators, just like yourselves, like everyone who's probably listening to this presentation, you can monetize your in-game space. You can create billboards, posters, banners, bands, flags. I mean, whatever you think could be an advertising placement, a feasible advertising placement, can be connected to the protocol. It's a very straightforward integration. We are working now on the SDK so that any software developer can just seamlessly, in a decentralized manner, just use our code and implement it into their game. But on the other hand, players, if you think now we are seeing a Polka City video, if you play a game, be it in a metaverse or in a game, right? Because there is this little distinction between games in the metaverse and blockchain-based games. You could see placements of ads there. We care very much that the users have a flawless experience. We get this question a lot, or do you have clickable ads in games? Of course, this would be very bad for the user experience. So we always adjust the type of advertising and its form. Should it be clickable? Should it be just a brand awareness advertising? We help define it. And each user, that's a new thing in the gaming industry, and in the industry in general, that we have invited the consumers, because in the advertising models you have the advertiser and you have the publisher, and consumers, we the people, are used as data, whereas on blockchain we can actually hold, stake, and get rewards for providing liquidity and usage in the system, in the protocol. And the third party here is the advertisers, who can reach all placements directly. This is taken from a campaign we have enabled for one of our client, where classic advertisers can just access online worlds, games, and different blockchain initiatives without the need for personal negotiations, finding, the game creation studio and negotiating contracts. This enables all of this automatically. It also comes with a very detailed reporting system. So compared to even current ways that advertisers and game developers collaborate, it's usually individual negotiations, and it's usually setting up some arbitrary cost for an arbitrary result. And here what we do is we deliver very precise results, showing you what was your price for per one view, per one impression, per click, what's the value of your advertising. And it's already, even though we are ready to scale, and I would say we are closer to the start than to being fully scaled. We already delivered 80 million metaverse views. We have delivered $65,000 to the users who integrated our protocol. So even from the Decentraland and CryptoVoxel users right now, they've already made $65,000 with us. We have 169 parcels in Decentraland integrated in the protocol, but we have 9 metaverse integrations. I will show it very quickly, and 460 metaverse placements. If you think that there are sites like games or parcels, each parcel can contain a couple of advertising placements. So this amounts to almost 500 metaverse ad placements ready. We've already, that part of our adventure is connecting with people like yourselves, because we're trying to, the main thing for an advertising blockchain project is to gain trust, credibility in the community. So we are reaching out to metaverses, to Web3 makers, exchanges, partners and consultants, and publishers and advertisers to connect them directly. We have, in fact, the company, the AdShares company, is 20 people right now. This is our core team. But we are also introducing a new form of governance, which is DAO. And I am welcoming you to pay a visit to our website to see what AdShares stands for. If you would like to join our community, we are, as Flav said in the beginning, and it would be a good way to end my presentation, that we are always looking forward to talking to our community, to sharing more with our community, to getting some feedback and directions for the future. So if you would like to join us, please do. These are all the addresses, contact data, and that's it for me. Thank you very much. I hope I didn't abuse my time.
No, not at all, actually. Thank you very much, Jacek, for that presentation. And it was a very good discussion we had within your community last week. So, as you said, really encourage every members to participate to that. And I was in charge of digital marketing my whole time, and as a publisher, we were facing so many challenges: the death of cookies, the need of first party data, the need to go out with this CPM model as well, the very bad targeting ads, and as you said, there is a need to build trust and reliability in this space. So it's very cool to have you with this infrastructure, and especially for the gaming part, to actually discuss about what could be done within the blockchain gaming ecosystem. So very cool to have you as well, and looking forward for our conversation for next year.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Kenny, again, was very cool to have you for our demo day last week. It's very cool to have you again. I would love to have your presentation and have you on stage if you're ready.
Yes, thank you so much, Flav. It's actually going to be a bit different from last week. I'm just going to try to show something different. Hi, everyone. My name is Kenny. I am from Kinetics. We are a team of about 45 people. And I'm going to share my screen right now to show you what we do. Do you see my screen right now?
So, yes, we can now.
Perfect. So at Kinetics, we focus on avatar animations. or something that we call emotes, so the emojis of the 3D environments. So we focus on bringing this, the things that you're seeing on my screen, to different games, and on bringing this emote wheel that is fully customizable by the user to the different games. So we are doing an SDK that is free to integrate in any game, and that will let your gamers to access all the emotes, all the avatar animations created by Kinetics or by our partners. And it will also let them customize and create their own emotes and then bring them into your game. So I'm going to show you how we can buy an emote or how we can create an emote using no-code tools, and then how you can integrate it into your game and let your users pay them. So I have started by showing you these 4 animations. Just so you know, these 4 animations are present in my wallet. That's why I have access to them here in this demo. So these are the 4 ones that I have. Different collections, different emotes. So now I'm going to show you that we can buy one from a marketplace. In this case, I'm going to go on our marketplace from Kinetics, and I'm going to show you a collection that we just made with Dancing with the Stars, so the French version of this TV show. And we just created a few emotes with them, basically by capturing their dancers. So here you see a lot of different movements. You can click on one and see the details. I'm going to buy one just to show you how it works. So here we have this one. It's a pretty nice one. We can also see it on different avatars just to see how it looks like, and to see if I would like to use it on, for example, let's say on a sandbox avatar or Ready Player Me or even Next Dancer. And obviously, every time we integrate our technology into a game, we add another display here. So here, let's say I want to buy this emote for 1 Matic. I just mint it. It's going on MetaMask. So the minting process is pretty much like everywhere else. And then I'm going to show you how I can also create my own emotes. And then I'm going to show you how it works in the game. So here I have this one, and now let's see how we can also create new ones. So this was the marketplace before. Now this is our studio, fully no code, using a lot of different AI tools. You can, for example, create capture yourself with your phone and put it into the studio, and our AI is going to detect the movements, and you're going to be able to mint your animation, the same one that you were doing in real life. So I showed that last week with a video of Sébastien Borget. But today we're going to start from scratch and without a video, but just from our library of different animations. And I'm going to show you how we can create something just by picking some animations that we like within our library. So here you have access to a lot of different animations. But what is nice is that you can also mix them together to create something completely unique. So here, let's say I like this one. So I just picked Ines House. This is a pretty nice one that I would like to mint. And let's say I want to couple it with something else. So I had spotted this one, which is a Egyptian popping, and it's pretty nice too. So I'm put them like this, and I can see the 2 different animations that can now work together. I can very quickly create a small transition between the 2 so that it's smoother. So I can play again my animations to make sure that I like it, and then I'm gonna be able to mint it using this button. So let's see how it works. I can select the icon that will basically be the representation of my emote within my emote wheel in the game. So let's say we choose that this represents the animation quite well. Next step, I'm gonna be able to give a name to my emote. So here, let's say Egyptian move and house. Okay, that was the name of the 2 animations. Emote made by Kenny during. So I can give a description. This will end up on the in the NFT metadata, and also obviously on OpenSea and all the other marketplaces scraping our NFTs. And here I can also give a tag that will help people find my NFT. So let's say here I say popping because there was some popping, and I can also say hip hop. I agree to this. The file is being processed by our server, and I should be able to mint it in a few seconds. So the price is flat. It's $1. Here I paid in Matic. Again, I mint it, and then I'm going to show you that it should be in my wallet, and it should also be available in the game. Perfect. I can also see it on OpenSea after this. Perfect. Owned by me, just minted 14 seconds ago. And now, if I just come back here, I refresh my screen, and I should be able to see the exact same emotes available. So I just need to connect again my wallet. I enter the experience, and obviously all of this works with any kind of game, any kind of avatar. So we are handling the retargeting on the avatar. Should you have your own avatars, Ready Player Me avatars, or any kind of avatar, we have the ability to custom it and to make it work with your avatars. So here we see, where is it? This one, perfect. And now I can play it, and I should see exactly what I built earlier in the studio. So this SDK is entirely free, as I said. If you want to integrate it, or if you know some people building a game that would make sense with it, you can go on our website, and there is a section for basically to join our beta program. So you can go on developers here and then join our beta program, and you're going to be able to access the SDK and integrate either our emotes made with partners like Dancing with the Stars, but also user-generated emotes. And you're also going to be able to monetize them into your game. And I am done. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thanks again, Kenny. It was very cool. Obviously, yeah, a real pleasure to have you. And I had the opportunity to talk with the team as well at Kinetics. And they are very kind. And I think I'm training a little bit because I'm not a very good dancer, but we need the BGM move. So I'm working on it, and hopefully we will meet that for next year. But
definitely.
Thanks again for the presentation, and see you in a bit for another opportunity to talk about it, because it's so impressive what you're building for sure. Okay, and the last one to present will be Kenneth. If you're ready, you can share your screen. Actually, you already did, but it's a pleasure to have you, Kenneth.
Hi. Hello, everyone. Thank you. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you perfectly well, and we have your presentation.
Okay, great. So I'm Kenneth Hurley, the CEO of Genius Ventures. I've been in the gaming industry for a lot of years, more than 25. I basically came up with this idea from my career, and then in the blockchain space as well. I was very interested in it. So I was in the video game industry for more than 25 years. I worked at NVIDIA for 4 years, and I started 4 companies. And I'm an enterprise, got enterprise level software architecture experience from working at Amazon and Google Cloud. And of course, I've been trading crypto. And so I architected this system back about 6 years ago, starting in 2016, 2017, because my wife was playing a video game and spending like $8 a week on it. And my daughters played Roblox, for instance, and they're spending $20 a week on it. It's just kind of crazy to me being in the game industry. And so I kind of came up with this system where I wanted to kind of, I knew that those games aren't worth, $8 a week for sure. A lot of them. I mean, they're just like simple Connect 3 games and stuff like that. So I set out on a mission. And so what I did is I started exploring the blockchain, and I realized that, layer 1 blockchains like Ethereum and Bitcoin, you all know, have their own monetary policies and currencies. And, Bitcoin is proof of work, and Ethereum was proof of work, and now switched to proof of stake, of course. And I started looking at the Ethereum virtual machines and the compatibility with the Ethereum ones. And I liked smart contracts, and it kind of got me excited about blockchain. And then I found out about layer 2 blockchains because when I was in the game industry, I wrote a lot of games, and I'm a stickler for speed and optimizations and things like that. And I was very disappointed in the Ethereum speed and also the gas fees that were starting to happen. So I did a lot of researched and I saw, I kind of saw Polygon and some of the other ones, and I researched them all, and I'm like, well, they almost work, but there's still the gas fee problem. There's still a lot of other problems with, speed and transactions per second, where it doesn't really fit very well in the traditional gaming space or the game developer space. And so that's when I set out to kind of dissect what a lot of the problems were that I knew of coming from the game development experience, and then how to integrate in the blockchain. And so this is a list of them that kind of I kind of came across. Consensus, of course, and block validation miners are kind of decentralized, but only a select few are miners or validators. And so it's not really, so you're paying those guys to basically keep the network system up. And the fees for gas, of course, swing wildly. And everything's not really decentralized. I mean, it's kind of decentralized with a small group of people, like with miners and things. And so, and the systems are written in a lot of different languages that we're not used to from a game developer's perspective. Node.js, JavaScript, and TypeScript is not really great for making a traditional AAA game. Golang or Rust either. I mean, we always write in C++ a lot of times. And so traditional game developers, I've talked with a lot of them. I go to the Game Developer Conference quite a bit, but also being in the industry for that many years, I have a lot of friends in the industry. They're very reluctant and wary of the blockchain in general. Part of that is because, things like Axie Infinity or other games that come out on the blockchain are centralized around building the game around the blockchain instead of just building a great game and then integrating the blockchain. And so this is kind of where we come in. We're basically working on a system that, and been working on it for about 4 years, and we have a proof of concept that's already been done, and we're working on the MVP now. And the game developers just want to write, fun and great games and not have to worry about the blockchain. And so I came up with this acronym kind of last night, which was funny. I think game economies need incredibly useful services. And it actually spells genius, which is kind of cool. And so, and the game economies, a lot of times, I'm sure you're all familiar with machinations. And what we did was we basically kind of started to do this. And machinations is a great tool for your game economies, but ours is a layer above your game economies. And I'll kind of explain why. But we kind of put this in here where the Genius tokens, you buy that and your game economies will, go through this. And then these down here nodes are actually different games that will be contributing to the network. And so what the Genius token solves is it solves the decentralization basically in a private blockchain, kind of an L3 different private blockchain where it executes all the transactions on the nodes that are involved in the L3 blockchain. Okay, so now game developers no longer have to try and build a game around blockchain because it's as simple as you basically install our SDK, you call initialize, and you call update once every 1/30th of a second, and then you call finalize. And what we're basically doing is there's a lot of unused cycles on the GPU, even on mobile devices. And so I talked with Apple and Google and found out that with the optimizations with Metal and Vulkan, they're only using about 50% of the GPU at any given time. Also, the nice thing about it is some of the mobile devices are coming up with chips like the TensorFlow chip, and MacBooks have an AI processing chip as well that can be utilized. So what this whole system started out as was utilizing those external GPU cycles to basically do AI and machine learning processing for enterprise level software. But then I kind of figured out a couple of years later that there was enough power on mobile devices that basically every node in the network can do the AI ML processing for these enterprise level software companies and get paid at the same time. So now what happens is they get paid in the Genius tokens that can go into the in-game tokens and be used for purchasing in-app purchases. So the end user won't have to work at repetitively doing tasks in the game just to earn crypto. You basically earn crypto because of that update call. like 1 every 1/30th of a second. You're part of the network, you're doing transactions, so you're kind of doing the mining and the validation in the background at the same time. So you're earning money, and you're earning money from real currency from the enterprise level software companies that are doing AI and ML processing for health industry or any of those. And so you no longer have to try to find the whales in the game. You basically can choose either, if you want to do the advertising and the interruption of, with in-game ads and trying to do your economics that way, you can do that. But you can also use this system where you can say, hey, do you want to opt into this? And then take a piece of the transaction costs or the transactions that are happening, and maybe like a 70-30 split. It's all up to you how you want to split that with the end user that's playing your game. And then what we did was with an we developed some ERC 155 hybrid contracts that allow you to create hierarchical tokens and NFTs. And so Genius is like the base currency. And then any token that you want to create, you can create underneath that. And it's kind of in an ERC 155 hybrid contract. And that token can be sold on, like on OpenSea or anything like that. And then below that token, that can be your parent in-game token. You can have in-game NFTs as well that are like real NFTs. And those can also go and be in OpenSea and things like that. And it's all automatic. You basically create the token through a web interface, and then your NFTs can be created either through a programming interface, API, or online as well. So it's pretty interesting what it does. And you can see we have our full source codes on GitHub, completely open source. This is the kind of flow of how it works internally. There's a transaction that happens, either an AI ML processing request or a transaction for like trading, trading a token for Genius token, or trading an NFT internally. And then all this happens, like if it's AI ML, there's some data transfer that goes on. The AI processing goes on. And this validate and add is either validating or adding the blocks for AI processing or transactions on the private blockchain. And once that's complete, then the payments go out to the different validators and AI processing. And everybody's a validator. So it's randomly chosen depending on who's processing a block or who's doing transactions. It's divided up among people to basically do the whole validation and consensus internally. It's also, all right, I probably should have shared this tab actually. So this is the wiki on Genius Ventures, Genius tokens. If you go to the wiki here on GitHub, you can get all the information about it. And so one of the things that we decided to do very early on was, because I came from the gaming industry and I knew this had to be completely cross-platform, the Genius Ventures wiki and the GitHub site contains a set of C++ libraries for different things like IPFS, IPFS Lite, we call it IPFS Pub Sub, that we've basically written or updated to make them completely cross-platform on Android, iOS, OS X and Mac, Linux, and Windows. And in fact, I have a couple Xboxes sitting here that I could actually run the same code on an Xbox in dev mode, which is nice. So we kind of bring, in general, blockchains usually use real proof of work systems. This is kind of a real proof of work, because what we're doing is our proof of work is based on the AI and ML or the transaction data.
I'm not sure I understand.
So that is kind of what we are using for our consensus, and our block validation is using trustless homomorphic encryption on the GPU to basically do the validation. So you actually never know that you're a validator, which is one of the problems that you usually have with attacks in that area. And all of this, that private L3 blockchain rolls up the transactions whenever it needs to into something like Polygon. And so there's really no transaction costs to you at all, because the transactions as they roll up, like if you're using our wallet, we have a standalone wallet that basically takes a small fee when it converts from your token to Genius tokens. And then that goes into a pool to basically pay for the transactions on like the Polygon network. And the Polygon network's pretty cheap anyway in the gas costs. And then again, the Polygon network can roll up to Ethereum if you want to. So that's kind of what we're working on right now. Current status of the project: we're already partnering with three game companies and development companies and the Game 7 community. I put a grant for proposal there. There's proof of concept is done, like I said, and the MVP will be done in Q1 2023. Complete code is public on GitHub. It's a little bit in flux right now because I'm updating the third-party libraries that basically are in C++ and updating to the latest things like Boost and all that. So I'm very happy to be part of the blockchain game community, because I think that this system is going to allow the traditional game developers, the ones that work at Electronic Arts, or the ones that work at EA and others that have traditionally been very reluctant to come to the blockchain, to allow them to come to the blockchain with very little pain and allow them to develop their great games and still interface with the blockchain in a way that will allow them to very easily come over and not have to worry about structuring their game around the blockchain. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kenneth. Very cool presentation. And actually, I think it's very important because it really stands with our mission in the BGA to educate about any technology around blockchain for game developers and for game companies. Try to educate what we call, and sorry for that, but the traditional gaming industry. And we try to do that through the eye of our members, layer 1, layer 2, but actually capitalizing on what you do and the technology you have. Try to explain trustless block validation with the GPUs is very interesting actually to tackle as a topic. Layer 3, private blockchain is a very interesting topic as well, because we're talking much of what we all know, which is layer 1 or layer 2 for gaming, but we kind of have a lot of different opportunities out there, and that's our mission, to educate about it with your help for sure. So very exciting to have you in the BGA to do so. So thank you very much, guys. Was very interesting to have this actually last new members presentation of the year. We'll be happy to come back for next year actually with a lot of different things planned in terms of live online event like this one, but actually offline as well. We're gonna have our first BGA meetup in London for end of January during PGC, and I know that a lot of you will be there as well, and we're gonna cook a lot of interesting things out there. So yes, I wish you a very good, for all of you, a very good end of the year, and hope to see you, let's say physically, next year for sure. So very, very much appreciate your presentation, and see you very soon. Bye bye, guys.
Thank you, Flav.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very, very much. Good luck to everyone.
Bye.